Hello everybody and welcome to Pravus Gaming with another season of Rimworld. This is a season I actually wanted to start several weeks ago, and I had a theme in mind, and it seemed like it was going to be a really good idea, and then out of the blue, version 1.1 suddenly dropped on us, and we had a whole load of new features in the game, which is awesome, and kudos to Ludian Studios for doing that. Unfortunately, it also broke all of the mods that I wanted to use for my series, so we had to postpone. They are finally up to date as of last week, which means now we can get started with a series that I've been wanting to do for a while, based around the Call of Cthulhu and Rim of Madness mods. This is going to be a Lovecraftian-style series. There are going to be cosmic horrors from beyond, cults, and also some magic, because that sounds like a lot of fun to me. Actually, let's just go ahead and pull up some of the mod lists here so you can see a little bit of what's going on. I will try to remember to export a list of all of these mods so you can follow along if you want. But we've stripped out some of the high-tech mods like Glitterworld in favor of things like Rimworld of Magic, etc. to go for something a bit more thematically appropriate. I have run into a couple of error/warning messages for this mod list, but it seems to run, so hopefully everything is going to work as intended. Now, if we are going to be playing a Lovecraftian-based series where we are going to found our own cult, then I think there's only one viable starting option for us, and that is going to be the Rich Explorer. You guys may have noticed in our last series, there was a single character who was mysteriously missing, and that's because I've been planning this series out for over a year. And that is our good friend, Angle. So it seems appropriate to me that if we're going to do a Lovecraft-based series, we're going to start with one character, it's going to be Angle, and he is going to found a cult. We're going to make use of H.P. Lovecraft as our AI storyteller today, where our protagonists will often face their own mortality and insignificance in the universe. Threats to your colony and its sanity will be constant. And we're actually going to go ahead and bump up to the second version where we can have more population. I'm not sure if this is actually something we're going to make use of, but hey, if we get a lot of cultists, I am not going to be sad about that. And of course, we are going to allow myself to reload anytime, because whenever you're working with mods, you really never know what the heck is going to happen. All right, let's go ahead and go for 100% globe coverage. Maybe we'll make it 50% since we're getting that warning message there. I'm going to go for relatively high rainfall. I'm going to go for pretty cold temperatures and a relatively high population. All right, and our seed is Blackjack. Let's create a world. Okay, here is our planet. There is a lot to look at here. Some of this is new as of version 1.1, such as the factions of the empires and so on, who will give you various quests and can give you psychic abilities. All seems pretty fun. Other things are going to be mod-specific, and I might make some mistakes here, but I'm pretty sure the Department of Forbidden Knowledge, a faction, the agency, is going to be part of the Rim of Madness and the Call of Cthulhu. There's also the Portside Townsfolk, because you know that H.P. Lovecraft loves his waterside towns of insanity, etc. So that's what we're going to be seeing here quite often. Now, I'd like to start in a colder region this time around if possible. Not going ice sheets, because that's ridiculous. This seems like a pretty good spot for me. I want to be close to the coastline just because Lovecraft. I like being close to a one of these portside villages so we can hopefully get some fun interactions. It's also not too far away from a lot of major roads, so this seems pretty decent to me. All right, let's go for that. Now, we're going to be doing the Prepare Carefully mod, and I'm going to go ahead and load up our character Angle. Okay, and here is our character. Of course, I just kind of created my own customized look here, and also just kind of gave it a random name, Zeke Anderson, but Angle is what we're going to know this character as. Angle himself actually did help put together this character based on what he'd like to see, so his childhood backstory is as a dreamer. Angle was an expressive child. He sang often and made friends very easily, be they young or old, male or female. He hated fighting, but when made angry, he could be dangerous. His temper was quick. And when he became an adult, he became a lore keeper, one of a long line of lore keepers in his tribe. Every night, around the fire, he would pass on ancient knowledge and help wisdom through stories. Helpful wisdom, sorry. So this means we're going to have a very social and intellectual-based character, but a lore keeper makes perfect sense for a cult founder, so I like this a lot. He also decided he wanted to start with Iron Will, so that makes actually perfect sense, just knowing Angle personally, and Industrious for better global work speed, and then he wanted to be trigger happy, but I actually replaced that with Magically Gifted, so we'll have the option in the future to give Angle the ability to use magic. Perhaps sell his soul and become a lich. I don't know. That could be kind of fun. Otherwise, he's a very well-rounded character, a few passions in a few key areas like social, intellectual, crafting, art, etc. But kind of a jack of all trades, certainly good for a starting character. If we're going to be all on our own, we want to be able to do everything. No starting relationships, and for our equipment, we are a rich explorer, which means we start with a lot of silver and gold and stuff. I left most of this alone, got rid of the pet Yorkshire Terrier, and instead gave Angle a cat because we know he has a lot of cats. Also a bearskin bedroll and so on. So this is going to be our character, seems perfectly reasonable to me. Let's go ahead and get started and see what kind of a cult we are going to found. Now you'll notice that the world looks a little bit bizarre. I'm hoping that this is going to change and that it's just dark outside. I do have a mod installed for more realistic darkness, just because I thought that would be appropriate with cosmic horrors. That said, if this does not change, I think this is going to be a little bit hard on the eyes, and I may just have to uninstall that mod. What the crud is this? A Lernaean Hydra. Oh god. I mean, this is probably part of the Magical Menagerie mod. A serpentine water monster in Greek and Roman mythology. Its lair was the Lake of Lerna in Argolid, hence its name. Fascinating. They are not naturally occurring creatures created as part of the Hecate Project, a bioengineering program for mechanite replicators already existing animals to mutate them into quote-unquote magical creatures. Fascinating. We want absolutely nothing to do with that. So, where are we going to set up our colony? Are these chocobos? Oh no, aves or aves or whatever you call them. Okay, well they look like chocobos to me. Where are we going to be setting up over here? So there's a lot of marshland over here, which actually fits pretty well with our theme, I think. There's some silver found right there. I like the idea of being relatively close to the coast. It should be easier for us to defend that area. How do we want to do this, though? We could set up a little bit further north. There's not a lot of hills. This is mostly very flat land. So we can't use mountains for good defense. Wow, I wonder if there's an ancient danger over here. I'm going to go with resounding yes. Yeah, I think down to the south makes a lot of sense. And maybe we will set up right along here. And this will end up being our base. Yeah? I think that kind of works for me. It's not a massive map, but this should be a semi-defensible location. We just got to be careful over in this edge. Okay, seems reasonable to me. I think we have made a decision. Let's go ahead and get our character out. Hello, Angle, and our cat is named Elmo. Aw, that's lovely. Okay, so we're going to have Angle go ahead and equip his charge rifle. We should go ahead and unforbid all of this stuff. This is going to be a rough map, I think. A pretty darn rough map. But okay, so let's get started with some of the basics. We're going to set up some zones for our stockpiles. I'm going to go ahead and for now just create them down over here. And say that this is going to be a critical priority for pretty much everything, and we'll let Angle go ahead and start gathering everything up. And then for our work, let's go ahead and do manual priorities. Of course, firefighting, patient, doctor, bed rest. What does basic qualify as here? Flicking and everything got kind of put together here. Okay. Some of these changes are in 1.1, and I'm not familiar with all of them. I haven't played 1.1 yet, so I might misunderstand some of this. Magical manipulation, I'm going to go ahead and place as a high priority. Wardening, handling, not super important. Entertaining, no. Cooking's a pretty high priority, I think. Hunting will be a high priority. Constructing, very high priority. Growing, no. Mining, probably not. Plant, cut, smith, tailor, art, craft. Haul is going to be a priority. And maybe cleaning and stuff as well. For now, this will have to do. So we're going to go ahead and let Angle just gather everything up and haul things over to the stockpile zone where I figure out what the heck I'm going to do. Normally, I'd have a bit of a lean-to against a mountain, but since we don't have a mountain nearby, that's not going to be an option. And yes, the map does seem to have brightened up quite a bit. Good. I was worried that was going to be a problem, but so far, all seems to be just fine and dandy. All right, so for our structure, we should probably just go ahead and make a very simple shack to get us started. So let's go for something out over here. We'll just do something kind of like this. It's not going to be very large. It's not going to be very good, but it's going to be enough just to get us going. That is not what I meant to do. I don't know what I clicked there, but okay. Door right there should be fine. And then we'll reinstall you over here so you get to stay indoors. We should certainly chop down some of the trees that are otherwise in the way. And there we go. So, okay, Angle is going to immediately construct a lot of stuff. He's actually doing pretty darn well as far as I'm concerned. Not a lot of failures, going nice and fast. Having that industrious trait is going to make our early game a heck of a lot easier. And some people might say, it's not a naked brutality, therefore it's not a challenge. I disagree. I think that this game can be plenty challenging, and you know what? If we need to make Lovecraft a merciless storyteller later, we can certainly do that. But for now, let's get a good, fun start. I don't feel like spending, 30 hours just setting up a basic base so we can survive. There are people who can do that thing, and that's fun, but I'm not trying to prove anything, so we're not gonna do that today. And Angle's gonna go and take himself a little napsies with his pet cat, Elmo. How very, very cute. All right, so let's see. Your needs right now, you are in a relatively comfortable environment considering you have a very low expectations, which certainly helps. Okay, now he's getting hungry. He thinks this place is ugly. I mean, yeah, you just want everything, don't you? Everything else here seems perfectly fine. So, yeah, at some point, we are going to see something very strange and eerie pop up on the map. It's going to be either an eerie tree or an obelisk or something like that, at which point Angle's going to start to go a little bit nuts. But, let's see what we're going to get. I have no idea how to predict which one's going to appear for us. Let's go ahead and roof this area off, which we are doing right now. Good, this place seems to be under control. Is there a weird fog going across the map? There sure as heck is. Ooh, I have no idea what all that is going to mean. Okay, so now, let's see. We do have the Rimkia mod installed, which is certainly quite nice for a lot of extra furniture and stuff, but I'm not worried about that right now. We should go to our production, and we should make sure we set up a basic butchering table. Now, unfortunately, I do not have enough wood currently available, so we're going to have to chop down trees first, probably. And that's fine. Right now, he is prioritizing finishing some hauling jobs, and that's okay with me. Let's go ahead and get those components somewhere so they're not going to just immediately, you know, deteriorate. And then we should probably just go ahead and copy the settings of this zone, and then we are going to place the zone indoors properly. And yeah, he's going to have to move things around, but that's fine. Let's just go ahead and paste these settings, and then I'm going to go ahead and delete this zone. So yeah, now he's going to waste some time hauling, but it's fine. I wasn't sure where I was going to place everything. Probably shouldn't have been along the river to begin with. Now we know, but that's fine. So he's going to do just great. I like controlling only one character at the beginning of Rimworld. It is certainly fun to put together a large squad and stuff, and you can do a lot more, yes. But having only one character means we get to be really story-focused on just one person at a time, which I like. I like that idea a little bit. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and chop some stuff up, and I'm going to wait for a little bit. So we need to get some power set up pretty early on. Getting a wind turbine is the only real way for us to go. We're going to need to be in a place where we're not going to have a lot of trees in the way, so over here seems kind of reasonable. Just to get us started, we may move it in the future, but for now, I kind of like this, and I do want to get some power together because then we'll be able to set up some better production, such as an electric stove, etc. So let's just go ahead and get that set up. And then for furniture, we're going to wish that we had, let's say, some basic wooden stools. Something like this should be perfectly fine. We do have the Quality Builder mod installed. I'm not going to make use of it right now because I don't really care too much about quality. Everything is temporary anyway, so I'm not going to get too attached to it, but still. So this is going to get all set up for us. Perfect. Now we are going to be setting up some bills to butcher some creatures. We're pretty much just going to do this infinitely, I think, so just do forever whenever we have a chance. We'll change that later. And cooking some simple meals is probably going to be the way to go. Do until we have at least 10 simple meals. Seems excessive, to be honest. We're going to waste a lot of time cooking. Do this until we have, like, 5. How's that sound? Now I want to go and hunt something. Now, how dangerous are these guys? Are they very dangerous? Are they likely to fight me? I mean, they are in a pack, so I'm a little bit concerned about them. Using the Giddy Up mount mod, they're actually pretty good combat mounts, but I do not have that installed as of right now. I think we'll just hunt the turkey, because the turkey should be a pretty easy target for us. It's also getting pre-cooked by standing next to the geyser, which is just lovely. Let's go ahead and kill this thing. Am I going a little bit too fast? Let's slow down a little bit. Well, Angle, you're not a particularly good shot with this charge rifle, alas. That turkey is just sitting there and mocking you. You know it, right? Wow, wow, Angle. Come on. You can do better than this. One cool thing I have added in is the Bones mod, where we get bones when we are butchering creatures. Bones can be used for a lot of different things, including the placement of floors and so on. So if we go here, for example, bone floors and stuff. I don't know. It seemed like a pretty cool idea, just because we should be able to make some very scary culty temples and stuff later if we want to. For now, I'm not going to worry about it, but it's a very cheap building material if we so desire in the future. We are going to wish that we had some simple research stuff available pretty early on, so let's go ahead and set ourselves up a simple research bench. If I don't have basic things like batteries and stuff, you know, this windmill can only be so useful. At some point, we're just going to find ourselves without enough goodies. I wouldn't mind also getting myself some light just so we can be a little bit faster in our production. If I go to furniture, a simple standing lamp would be fine. I thought that I was going to have access to things like candelabras, but maybe I don't have that set up. There is an industrial-style mod, usually that goes paired with this, but as far as I can tell, as of right now, it is not updated to version 1.1, so I did not include that. The other, similarly, we do have straitjackets as a pretty important mod that we usually see happen. Looks like my cat killed a squirrel, by the way. Usually you see straitjackets, a very good way of stopping somebody from physically hurting themselves if they go insane in a mod where, you know, people go insane. But that is also only available for version 1.0. Now, I have it installed anyway, and maybe we'll get to make use of it, but maybe it won't work. So, I don't know if that's going to help us or not. I'm hoping to see that get updated in the near-ish future. Okay, let's go ahead and make use of our new research bench and see what kind of things we are going to want. We do have some magical-based technology I can see here. Let's see, a magic circle, arcane facilities, mana storage portals. Ooh. That seems kind of fun. Arcane forges, magical equipment. Yeah, all this is stuff that we are going to want at some point, but for now seems like a relatively low priority. We should have some occult-based research in here at some point as well, right? I'm looking for it. Give me a second to see if I can find it. Decipher strange symbols. Yeah, I'm suspecting that this is what we're going to need. But right now, we don't have the grimoire and stuff. So until we figure this out, we're not going to be able to do any research. Still, at some point, this is going to be quite good. Ritual attire, altars of sacrifice, human sacrifices. Yeah, I like the idea of doing a lot of this stuff. Now, one thing I thought would be kind of fun was to create my own mod, where I would mod myself in as a god to be worshipped, so we can actually have the Cult of Pravus being built here in Rimworld, but I decided that that was going to be a bit more beyond my abilities than I could handle. If anyone's able to do that, by all means, create a sub-mod and let me know, and maybe I can make it work, but for now, I don't think that's going to end up being an option. So, what do we want? We want power and stuff, right? Kind of wish that we could still see everything by category. Microelectronics and stuff would not unlock quite what I am looking for. It's here somewhere. Where's batteries? Ah, there they are. Batteries, right up here. Okay, so we would like to go ahead and get batteries and stuff. That's going to end up being very important so we can keep our power going. Other things that are necessary. At the moment, I'm going to go with probably nothing. I wouldn't say that this is the absolute highest priority, but if we find ourselves without a whole lot to do, then we should go ahead and do that. Whoa! Okay, chunks of spacecraft crashed nearby, and they're not kidding. It crashed right freaking next to me. Holy crap, what a near miss. It's almost as if Lovecraft is trying to remind me I'm watching you, and at any second, something really unexpected could happen, so be ready for that. Speaking of things that are unexpected, one thing we should always be wary of is we may see some notifications at some point that there is a black cat or some crows or some sort of an omen wandering onto the map, and that is something we need to be very wary of. Hello! Speaking of wary of, that right there is an obelisk. Let's take a look at it right now. A mysterious pyramid-like block of stone. It has an insidious aura. Yep, that right there is definitely a scary obelisk. Okay. Well, the good thing about obelisks is we can easily deconstruct them and move them somewhere closer if we so desire. That said, I think an obelisk has a good chance of making someone feel a little on the crazy side, so let's see what happens. Angle right now is just going to consume a simple meal and take care of himself. He's going to deconstruct stuff, get some components and some steel. What I should probably do, though, is try to get him to go and investigating the obelisk, like so. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Why not? Let's just go ahead and immediately check out this weird, strange obelisk that appeared out of nowhere. That's not foreboding at all. Okay, so here he is. He is investigating the obelisk. This is probably going to make Angle go a little bit insane. Just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and claim that sucker because we may want to move it somewhere else. I have no idea how long this is going to take. Not too long, it looks like. He is now going to go right in a frenzy. Okay, let's take a look at this. Whole body, sanity loss, minor. Not too bad all in all. Yeah, just sanity loss. Okay. Well, let's see what happens with that as far as your, like, needs and stuff. Whoa! Holy crud! Okay, you can barely read this. I have looked upon all that the universe has to hold of horror, and even the skies are of spring, and the flowers of summer must ever afterward be poison to me. Expires in 2 hours. Absolute insanity. His mood is going to fall apart. Right now, he is writing in a frenzy, and this is where we're going to get our grimoire. Because he's going to be writing a book of strange symbols that are otherwise indecipherable, but this is where the whole cult stuff will begin. So Angle, who seemed to be, you know, a happy-go-lucky guy who just wanted to go out and explore what the world had to offer, is now going to find himself on the brink of madness. Angle has no memory of writing that is still slightly dampened from the sweat of their labors. It is a ghastly book, filled with a strange alien language that is not readily understood. The ominous-looking diagrams of ritual sacrifices and spells within the tome has some colonists unnerved by its occult nature, whereas others have proposed setting up a proper research center to further study the secrets held within. What others? Oh god, I think that Angle may already be hearing some voices, but there's the grimoire. Ooh, it's a huge frickin' book! Look at that thing! At first glance, the grimoire compels the viewer to halt their gait. Upon closer examination, the seals and clasps that hold the tomes tightly closed become like a boggling puzzle to a starved intellectual. What secrets could it possess? No. What powers? Yes, this is where the descent into madness will finally begin! So we're gonna go ahead and try to queue up a wooden forbidden knowledge center. Are we actually able to change what kind of material we use? Yeah, we can make it out of gold, steel, silver, bone. Wait a minute, I'm not making use of my bones. But I don't have enough bones. Maybe that would be good, though. Let's cancel this for a second. I think a bone altar sounds lovely. Let's go ahead and do that and save ourselves some of our wood. And now we're going to have to slaughter something else. How about this fox, and how about this squirrel? That should get me enough bones, right? Gosh, I sure as heck hope so. And there's some extra components in steel. That'll certainly be helpful. All right, angle. Oh, you're gonna deconstruct this instead? Oh, okay. If you see that as more important, that's fine. But okay, cooking meals is also good. But would you please just go and yeah? Okay, a rat is also fine. Our cat killed a rat for us. That's lovely. Do we get enough bones from the rat? 14. Actually, yes, we totally get enough bones from the rat. Okay, so here comes a bone altar. Done. Look at that. Sick, dude. Occult beginnings. Stirred with new possibilities, your colonists have caught some interest in recent occult events. Their beliefs can be tracked in their needs menu. This belief will slowly decrease over time. Using occult research, you can strengthen the cult and the beliefs of your colonists until they found a cult of their own. Let's take a look at Angle. Let's take a look at our needs. Cult-mindedness. There it is. Right now it's at 60%. He's a cult of 1. Cult-mindedness shows how accepting your colonist is of cult-like activities. If this crosses the major threshold, they'll be initiated as a cultist. If it crosses the minor, they may become hostile towards cultists or cult activity, which is not something that I certainly would want. So let's be wary of some of that. But yeah, so now can I take a look at our research? And we should find that we can... where's the... There it is, decipher strange symbols. Now this is a research that I think you can only do at the occultist research bench, not a regular research bench. So we'll try that one out. I'm okay with you know what, cancel hunting the fox. The fox doesn't matter that much, it's okay. Go ahead and consume yourself a simple meal. And then we cannot prioritize research as a long-term task. Why not? Let me go ahead and make this priority level 2, and let's sort of see what happens with that. Eventually, he's going to do it. I can promise you that much. Please don't hit the Aves and get us killed. Okay, enjoy your squirrel meat. That should be good. Okay, so this seems like a pretty good place to stop. I'm going to be going for slightly shorter episodes with plenty of jump cuts for this series, just to be a little bit accessible. But of course, as we continue to play, I will be adding in our patrons as cultist members. We're going to try to initiate them. And if they refuse to accept the cults, well, then we're just going to have to enslave them and put them to work, or sacrifice them to the gods. We don't really know which it's going to be, but either way, should be fine. So shorter videos, more jump cuts, should be a heck of a lot of fun. Hope you guys are looking forward to this series as much as I am. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe with the notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.